Good morning. It's another, well, I was going to say fantastic, but cold day here in the UK. I actually had a specific purpose to today's vlog, and that was mainly to talk about the benefits system in the UK, or the changes to it. As of 2013, April next year, here in the UK, the government are actually phasing out what's called incapacity benefit, which, for those who aren't aware of what this is, it's essentially an income style allowance for the disabled, or for those who are classed as being incapable of work, i.e. incapacity or incapacitated. What the plan is to replace this benefit with something called Employment Support Allowance, encouraging people to go back to work into jobs that they potentially could do. Now, on the surface, this doesn't seem like too bad an idea. Obviously it gets everyone back up and into work, but the problem is that it's based upon the current government's idea that people on benefits, regardless of what sort of benefits, do not want to work. Now, I've got no qualms with the idea that there are plenty of people out there who are professionally unemployed, if you like. It's a given in some cases that there are people out there who would rather live off of everyone else's handouts and charity than actually find work, or are quite happy to live beyond their means at the cost to everyone else. But that's not always the case, and I feel that the current system that's a bit about to be put in place actually disadvantages those who don't have any choice but to live off the state. For example, when the new Act phases in, people will be eligible for it based upon either their previous or their current partner's earnings, as it was, I believe, with job seekers allowance, which is a different benefit. We call that the dole over here, but that's basically what you get whilst you're looking for a job, just to tide you over. Provided that their partner works less than 24 hours a week. Well, the whole thing with incapacity benefit is it should be paid, or at least to my belief, so that someone can maintain a standard of life because they can't work, and that should be regardless of their partner's income or not. That you should be entitled to some level of independence from your partner without having to rely upon them as a financial burden. As I say, it's essentially because the government have decided that people claiming incapacity benefit aren't always incapable. And I'm sure there are quite a few cases where, sort of a back injury or something where a trapped nerve that can be very difficult to prove or to disprove medically, people could take advantage of the state. But the problem is that this doesn't help in cases where people are actually completely incapable of work. For example, someone who's on a high number of or high amount of medicine is not going to have the capabilities to work because of the level of functioning required. It goes without reason that if someone has taken a large amount of medicine and are therefore prone to confusion not really being too with it in terms of what they're doing and how they're going to do it, then they're a liability in a workplace. An employer's not going to want them there, and realistically, why should they be there? So, I mean, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm oversensitive to this subject. I mean, it doesn't particularly affect me myself, but I feel that the way that it's been snuck through, I happened to find it by accident. A friend of mine referred me to the information. Just doesn't sit right. So, anyway, rant over. Long story short, if you're claiming incapacity at the moment, you might want to check the DWP's relevant literature. Again, if you know someone claiming it, you might want to point them out to this. They stand to lose about £400 a month, depending on what rates they're claiming on, etc. I mean, it's hardly a huge living, you know. Let's face it, £1.50 a litre of petrol, it's hardly going to see them through forever, but it, you know, it's £400 when it's all said and done. That's a good chunk of their livelihood to lose. Okay, I'll see you later.